Okay, update. I'll show you this in a minute. Move that out of the way. This is that tower that I'm working on. Oh, move that out of the way. Move this out of the way. I had somebody say that I should try to have things more organized. Oh man, if you only knew me. Yeah. Trust me, I am way more organized than I used to be. That's okay. This works. This works. So I am giving this a gray wash. As for what color of gray wash, I'm using my paint wash bucket that I'm, so it's dirty gray. It'll look good. I'm giving it a fairly heavy wash because I can't get in behind in there. Suppose I could use a smaller brush. Oh, it's hot today. Hot. It's temperature outside 38, which 38 is 60, 74 plus 32, 100 and something, 4 maybe. Okay, that's got a nice coat of dead gray on everything. Here's this building with a couple coats of that gray on it. Here, I'll zoom in for you. Actually, I used a whitewash on this. I put, I'm having trouble focusing here for some reason. I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyways, the gray came out really nice. I coated everything. Well, actually, the brown. This here, I put just a little bit of kind of brown in the wash on it, hey? But I suppose we could dry brush this now. Actually, this and the other building here too. Let me show you that. That would be this foam one. Oh, I've only still got one coat on this. Huh, that's funny. Oh well. Okay, so yeah, this has only got one coat on it. I think I've already shown you this. Alright, I'll have to get that in. We can dry brush this in a bit. This big mound piece. Okay, first experiment. Well, it's hard to say whether or not this worked or not, okay? Because now this is 2 feet by 2 feet, and it's going to stand approximately what, 20 inches high here. I don't know. It's about the maximum bigness of anything that I could make. Okay. Yeah, does this thing zoom out in there? It does. Okay. So what I did was, this is kind of an experiment. Okay. So I put cardboard in sort of the shapes. I don't know if you can see on here. Like here's a piece of cardboard up. I basically made a plus with cardboard and then cut out a hill shape and then stuck in little bits there to raise it up, okay? On this point here, I made it so that it's kind of like a little room in there, and we'll have a removable lid so that this bunker has, sort of a, and then we'll carve this up and finish that off, okay? And on this side here, so I wanted to experiment with this, okay? I basically put a heavy, well, what is this? This is a coffee tin. It's just big, thick, tinny foil type stuff, okay? And I put a flat piece in here so that we'll have access in there. And we'll stick this up on top of something along the same line as this, okay? This piece here will tuck in there and it'll all get glued with the next layer of this foam stuff. And on this side, I think what I did was I just basically I just put in a foam piece in there, that real thin white stuff foam, so be able to carve that out real easy. Okay, I did put a pink layer, or no, a blue flat floor type piece in there too, eh? So at least it'll have a hard surface. And then on this side, I didn't put anything other than just cardboard. I mean, it's kind of hollow in there, I don't know, for future use maybe. Okay, so that's where this is at. Now, I coated it first with tin foil. I tried tin foil and then sprayed foam on the tin foil, okay? Didn't work because I didn't spray this with PAM or some sort of cooking release agent or mold release agent or something. It could also have been that this is a cheap thin tin foil, you know, and maybe if you use good quality Reynolds wrap, you know, maybe that might make a difference, okay? And it could be also that I tried taking it off a little bit too soon, okay? It was still just a bit, well, it was actually quite tacky when I tried pulling it off, and it just really stuck to this, okay? Then I used cheap wax paper, okay? And the wax paper, it doesn't stick to wax paper, but it was, well, it does. It does and it doesn't, but at least with the wax paper you can kind of peel it off, okay? The tin foil was a real bugger. It was kind of hard to pull off, eh? Some of it, in fact, I stuck in, just wedged inside. I'm just trying to, there's a few pieces of tin foil still stuck on here pulling off, and I mean, yeah, it comes off a little bit better when it's dry. So, if I was to use tin foil again, I would spray it with, you know, some sort of mold release PAM or something like that, cooking stuff. Okay. Anyways, now that we've got this to this point, okay. By the way, a big can of this is $10, and I figure I used up 2/3 of the can to get it to this point. Okay. So if you're using foam and making a hill, mountainish thing this big, you're going to spend more than $10, I think. So anyways, this is still fairly economic. I've got about a third left on here. And unfortunately, so I'm out of wax paper. That's why I put this off to the side. Okay, so I'll have to get more wax paper or some mold release stuff. But I figured with what's left in this can, I can give a fairly good coating over top of this. And this stuff is fairly tough, you know. It will take paint. Even if a guy can get enough of it blocked off with the foam that a guy can put on a little bit of cloth and plaster or something like that, you know, like, you know, they use for casts. You can buy that stuff, eh, and it's fairly cheap. You can also go down to a medical supply and buy the cast material, eh. I don't know what's cheaper, probably the hobby stuff. It's hard to say. I always just pick it up when I find it at a junk store, eh? But you can make your own too, eh? Even just paper mache, just to fill up the holes, and then use your clay plastery type stuff to make it into cliffs, okay? And we'll incorporate, you know, a bunch of crap in there too, eh? You know, and if you're making a mountain, this is bark mulch, eh? You can glue in a bunch of that, and when you plaster over top of it, that makes pretty good rock faces. Let me show you. I'll show you that at some other point. Okay, so that's where that's at. I was going to work on that. So I guess instead we'll put another coat on this building with paint. I'll show you that instead. Okay, let me get this out of the way. And as far as organization, yeah, no, this is it, man. Yeah.